preconceptions that they have that are just fundamentally wrong. Most people think that game journalism is easy money. Play games all day, write a few paragraphs, maybe get a paycheck. In reality, it's much messier. Journalists are under constant deadlines, editorial oversight, and pressure to hit traffic metrics. A lot of people think that game journalism hates games and that they're bad at games and that they're just shills for large companies. You see, I used the Cuphead tutorial over there, right? But being a professional game writer isn't just about scale with games. It's about surviving a system designed to prioritize clicks over journalism. And somehow, journalists are being blamed for ruining games. I mean, blame a delivery truck if your groceries are late, right? But more importantly, the job just sucks. Long hours are standard. Expect to juggle 4 to 6 articles per day, news updates, guides, SEO optimized content, and maybe a review. Investigative journalism is nearly impossible unless your outlet is niche, funded, or has an independent streak. The moment you try, someone will ask, will this get clicks? Events and conventions sound glamorous, but they're mostly a blur of press kits, schedule conflicts, and crowded hotel hallways. The actual gaming? Minimal. Editors, social media teams, and PR reps all scrutinize your work. Not to mention the prevalence of content creators now being paid to review said games because gamers see them as more trustworthy than you. A single misstep, breaking an embargo, a bad headline, can get you pulled from access lists or even fired. The job is mentally exhausting. Sure, the passion is constant, but stress and oversight are omnipresent. And more importantly, I said that more importantly, the job sucks, but you just can't speak your mind. Honesty can be career sabotage. Publishers control access, review codes, advanced builds, interviews, and event invitations. Cross a major publisher, break an NDA, and suddenly your outlet is behind competitors. No early access, no news exclusives, no interviews. You're done. And even indie developers can wield influence. If you criticize their game too harshly, exclusivity can vanish, leaving you with nothing. Journalists walk a tightrope. Saying what you truly think can mean losing future opportunities, while saying nothing makes you irrelevant. The paradox is that to survive, you must play nice. But audiences often expect brutal honesty. And more importantly, review independence is mostly a myth. Publishers curate demos, limit footage, place embargoes, and control what journalists see. Sometimes you review a partial build, missing features or experiencing mechanics out of context. Your final verdict isn't on the finished game, it's on what they allowed you to see and how much you could play before you had to create another article. Even tone and emphasis are subtly guided. Highlight this mechanic and don't focus on that bug. True independence over what you about what you actually can write is rare. Fans argue endlessly over scores, but few realize that these game reviewers may be evaluating an incomplete or polished version. What they write isn't fully theirs, it's heavily influenced. And let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, after Gamergate, gamers suck. Fans are brutal. Criticize a beloved game, rage. Praise your niche title, skepticism and accusation of bias. Introduce any sort of politics, gender, or diversity, and you'll trend in all of the wrong ways. Journalists are often the target of abuse on social media, Twitter threads, Discord harassment, Reddit mobs. The audience rarely rewards honesty, they reward memes, hot takes, and sensationalism. Game journalists operate in a no-win scenario. If you please the fans, you compromise truth. And if you tell the truth, you'll most likely get torched online. And even if you please the fans, you'll probably get torched online anyway. And of course, game journalism isn't a capitalist ecosystem. Traffic and ad revenue dictate survival. Insightful, critical articles often aren't the objective, or just straight up get buried. Hot takes, listicles, drama coverage, and SEO-heavy content dominate because they generate views. Even established outlets are forced to prioritize metrics over meaningful content. Investigative journalism into crunch, mismanagement, or unethical practices is rare, risky, and often invisible. Clicks pay the bills and everything else is secondary. That's just the way the world works. Things will never be the same. Game journalism isn't a conspiracy or a scam or a cabal. It's an overworked, underfunded, and constrained system. These game journalists do want to write honest, meaningful article pieces, but the industry punishes honesty, rewards speed, and enforces conformity. When you complain about biased coverage, remember the problem isn't just the journalist, it's the environment they're forced to operate in. Game journalism is grueling, thankless, and paradoxical. Yet despite all that, it survives, even though it may be a dead man walking. Because someone has to document, critique, and report on the games the world plays. The next time you scroll past a review or rage at a hot take, remember, game journalists are not the enemy. They are just the survivors of an impossible system. If you really finished this video, I really thank you for finishing my video. Like, subscribe, do all of those things, and you'll catch me for the next one. All right, see you.